EPA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for June 17th, 2024. It is Monday. The Monday video forecast is proudly sponsored by Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Summer is here, and it's going to be very evident this week. Be sure to stop into Kinsley's and get all of your summer grilling favorites fresh from their in-house butchers, 7 days a week, cut just the way you like it. They have steaks, burgers, and pork chops to fill your grill. In seafood, they have salmon fillets, lobster tails, and crab legs. And don't forget, the best of produce season is always available. If you're heading out to a party this summer and don't want to cook, just call their catering department and order up your favorites. Come celebrate summer with Kinsley's ShopRite, the world's largest ShopRite, located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsor of the Monday video forecast. We got the sun behind me here. I can't really see it, but it's that blazing sun. And we're going to have that all week. And this is not a surprise to pretty much any of you, unless you're living under a rock. And we have excessive heat headlines already from the National Weather Service for starting on Tuesday, going all the way through, and it's going to continue throughout the week. We have high heat and humidity. This is not... this is going to get to the point where it's very oppressive. This is a little earlier in the season that you don't normally see this at this point in June. This is something you see typically if you're going to have it in a year, any given year. It's usually going to be like mid-July, mid to late May, July, or August. But we are starting early with this year. We're not even at peak heating yet. We're getting this very strong, anomalously strong ridge moving over the region today. And we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies today. Temperatures are going to be notably increasing. We're not going to be into the extreme stuff yet, but the ridging is going to start to build in. And we're going to have temperatures getting in the upper 80s to near 90 today. Mostly or partly to mostly sunny skies, and then a mostly clear overnight. Once the ridge becomes established on Tuesday, temperatures still continue to go up from there, and we're going to be talking about temperatures in the mid to upper 90s from about say Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe all the way through at least Saturday, and you're going to have heat index values that are going to be in excess of 105 degrees once we get later in the week. Okay, so it's going to be very hot and humid and kind of unbearable if you're outside. So I will just tell you, and this is not to sound condescending anyway. This is just kind of a friendly reminder because we're not used to this kind of stuff. So if you're working outdoors or you're outdoors exercising, do that in the morning, right, when it's cooler. And if you're forced to work outside, you don't have a choice. Make sure you're taking frequent breaks in the shade and you're getting plenty of water. Please hydrate so we can avoid the heat-related illnesses. Here's what we had over the weekend. Now, this is the setup we had over this weekend. Where we had actually a gorgeous weekend, gorgeous Father's Day weekend, both days. It was in the lower 80s for most areas, and toward the coast it was actually stuck in the 70s for a little bit, but it was very low humidity and very comfortable. We had this trough that was sitting over the northeast United States. It wasn't a deep trough, so it was just getting temperatures kind of near average, right? I want you to pay attention to this down here, okay? This ridge is going to start moving up in this direction today, and that is going to replace that little bit of troughiness that we had over the weekend, even though we had mostly sunny skies. Here's today. You see it start building in, okay? And it's going to continue to build and build and build, large part due to where the high pressure that was over us over the weekend has now shifted offshore, and you're getting a return flow around that. So this is going to set up shop here and establish the western U.S. is going to be cooler than this big jet stream is going like this. So this allows this to build in from the southeastern United States, and it's going to move right over top of our region throughout the week and get really, really strong. You get some really dark colors here. You get some 597 decameters, maybe even closing in on 600 decameters of heights over our region. So that is very hot and very dry conditions that we're expecting this entire week, and also very humid conditions. This is looking at Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday going to be really hot. Same thing here on Saturday. But you'll notice as we get to the weekend, it starts to push down a little bit on Saturday, but even more so on Sunday. I think Sunday's going to be, the ridge is going to start breaking down a little bit, which is going to allow, finally, for the chance for at least maybe some thunderstorms to come into the picture. I don't think you're dealing with that largely throughout the week, but as this ridge breaks down, we're going to see this as I move this forward. Really nothing going on here as far as precipitation this week. Here's Tuesday, here's Wednesday. You can see it high offshore here. Here is Thursday, nothing here. Here's Friday, nothing there. Here's Saturday. Maybe, late Friday and Saturday, there could be across the far northern tier, closest to the New York-Pennsylvania border, a stray thunderstorm moving in then. A little bit better chance here on Saturday for across areas north central, northeast PA. Again, our northern areas, but as that ridge continues to recede a little bit, we get a little bit of a prefrontal trough moving through here later on Sunday. So most of the day is going to be dry, it looks like, but you will have the opportunity for at least an isolated chance for a thunderstorm as we get into the latter part of the weekend. So it's a non-zero chance in that Friday evening through Sunday period, but it's going to be mostly the northern areas until you get to Sunday. Maybe a few other areas will get involved here later Sunday with a thunderstorm that can kind of knock back temperatures a little bit, hopefully, because once we get into Monday, cold front's going to finally move through and it's going to end that current heat wave that we have going here. So we might have another day challenging 90 here on Monday, but then we're going to have next Monday, and then we're going to have temperatures that are going to be back, take a step back a little bit, but when I say a little bit, it's still going to be slightly above average, okay? So don't get the wrong idea. We're not going back to the 70s. We're going to be in the upper 80s, mid to upper 80s for several days after that front goes through next week, and it should be pretty nice otherwise. Here's the temperature anomaly looks like. This was yesterday. We had kind of near average temperatures, very gorgeous day with lower humidity, but the heat and humidity start to increase today. Nothing crazy today, but it's going to go up, and it's going to continue to go up from there. One other thing you're going to notice here is the temperatures. If you look at temperatures around the region, it's going to be a situation where it's backwards and it's because of this position of this ridge. This ridge is going to be setting in up here. So you might have a situation where somewhere where like Wilkes-Barre is hotter than Philadelphia, okay, because of the ridge position. Is the strongest part of the ridge is in that circled area, and Philadelphia's just out of it. Still going to be very warm in Philadelphia, very hot in Philadelphia. Don't get the wrong idea, but it's going to be a situation where somewhere like Wilkes-Barre could be hotter than Philadelphia in this case, at least to start the week. Once we get to the middle of the week, forget it. Everybody's just baking, okay? And that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. See these reds sitting over the region. This is anomalously warm temperatures, some 10, 12, maybe even up to 15 degrees above average. That's pretty hot at a time of year when your normal highs are already in the lower to middle 80s. So it's you just do the math there and you can figure out what it's going to do. Could somebody hit 100 across the region here? It is possible. We're not going to put that in the official forecast just yet unless it becomes obvious. I think the highest we have in any of our regions is 99. Well, we'll see. It's going to be close. I mean, I don't want to, fight over a degree or two here or there. We're in the upper 90s. It's going to be very hot with the heat index values. It doesn't really matter anyway. And here's when that ridge starts to break down once we get to the weekend, and it starts to lower a little bit. A little, not much. But it's still warm. It's going all the way through Sunday. Monday starts coming down as that trough moves in, and you get some very slightly above average temperatures next week. So it's still going to be warm, but no chance for precipitation until we get to the weekend, unfortunately. So make sure, again, you are taking breaks if you have to be outside in the shade and, or air conditioning or anything you can do to keep cool. Hydrate. That's the most important thing. We want to avoid heat-related illnesses during this time. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marters. That is your outlook for June 17th, 2024. Have a great Monday. Stay safe.